Okay. I guess I'm live. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what? Well, it uses my banner as the default thumbnail. That's really odd. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I wish I could change that. So, okay, hold on. If I go here. Thumbnail, that's really odd. Oh, okay. Let's mute that, and then let's go. Can I pin this? Yeah, okay. Maybe I should pin something else, but I know people will be asking about that. So, yeah. Well, the audio works this time, which is good. That's a step up. Um, let's see if I. Okay, okay. That's a step up. Okay, so we'll start, I guess. Man, I should really. Okay, hold on, hold on. Yeah, okay, no, I'll keep that pin then. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. Okay. Damn, bro. Okay, so what we're doing is like we're making a song, but we're God, excuse me. We're doing like a synth version of a metal demo we've already made. So it's gonna be a lot of just like transposing the guitar onto our synths here. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Gert? I mean, yo, Gert. I messed that up already. Sick. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on with my stream software, but like I can get the audio from FL Studio fine. But I like my mic audio is just like it's super bad. Like I don't know why it sounds like I'm halfway across the world talking through a tin can. Yeah, it's freaking annoying, dude. Yeah, bro, this dashboard like for the streaming, like for the streaming like window is super weird. But that's because I haven't like manipulated it. But yeah, okay. So how do I start this? So I know the opening riff, like we're putting it onto a synth. So I have a synth like loaded up here. I don't really care how it sounds right now because I need to get the notes down. So that's probably really small on stream, but that's fine. It's small for me too. I don't know how to do the scaling in FL Studio because it's like all the plugins are scaled to 1080p, but I'm on a 4K monitor, so they're like smaller. But yeah, we gotta find a synth. So this is like. Also, let me know if like I'm too loud or the FL Studio is too quiet or something else, because I don't know how the audio balancing is. So we have this. We're just trying to get the notes down. Then I'll worry about how this actually sounds later, like the synth sound. So I kind of already know the riff. That's actually a little loud for me. Hang on. Oh, I can just turn it. Yeah, okay. Okay. So it's a demo I wrote for Lost in Us, which we're not working on. Part of why is because I hurt my hand actually, so I can't even play guitar right now. Usually, what I would do, like I've done this before, I was planning to have my phone set up as another camera so you could see my guitar playing and I'm writing like metal, but we can't do that. Hurt my wrist, so. So yeah, this is gonna be. maybe not the best synth to work with, because it's kind of like, it's very like cuts through like the ear. So maybe I'll try finding something like softer. There should be tons of options, I'm just not seeing them. Nope. Nope, nope. Yeah, this works. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Usually what I would do is I'd have my guitar in my hands, and like then I know it like exactly what the note is because I'm just going off of memory. But again, I hurt my, kind of injured my hand, so can't really do that. And ideally that'd be better for the audience, because it's like you can hear me playing on the guitar and then you can like realize what I'm doing here. I just realized like you're missing sort of a lot of context as to what's going on. But yeah, can't do anything about that. I'm not gonna like injure myself. Again, just trying to get that set up. Okay, so this we can copy and paste because that's the same. The next little part is also the same. Then it changes here. What note would that be? That'd be a C sharp, I think. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I should actually drag like the song into the project. I'll do that after I get this down. Actually, I might need to do that now. I don't know what chord. My audio interface likes to crap out sometimes. I hope it doesn't do that here, because if it does, I literally just have to restart the whole stream, which I don't think I'll do. Today's also more of a test. I did like 2 tests before, and they just like, you know, there was something wrong, so that didn't really work. So don't crash. And we're good. Okay. Okay, so that's what we're putting onto a synth and just like changing the vibe of it completely. Kind of wondering, like, do we keep this BPM, or do we like, because this project is slower than the actual song, so I don't know if I want to keep it the same or slow it down. We usually slow it down for the synth songs, but yeah, I might not excuse me, might not be able to do that for this one. Man, even typing like just doesn't feel good for my hand right now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like a lot of these questions like usually get answered as the writing process gets going. I'm not a fan of like kind of like have an idea of what you want to do, but like don't be afraid to change it. I feel like a lot of musicians kind of struggle with that. Let's keep it the same BPM just so it like makes more sense for the audience. So we have like, okay, wait, what? Why is that so much slower still? Oh, okay, it's all the note values, I think. These are like too long. I think we can do, okay, wait, what? Yeah, it's not gonna work. I have to redo this whole thing, dude? What is going on? Why is there... Oh, okay. I don't even... Okay, I screwed something up. Okay, we won't change the... I guess we should change the note value because... Hold on. Yeah, okay. I have to change these note values because I just... These are not the right ones. Wonder if I can... Dude, wow, why am I... What am I doing wrong? There, okay, there we go. Honestly, dude, it might just be easier to just plot them anew, like... Just erase all this stuff. It still sounds... This still sounds like... Okay, hold on. There's something with the BPM I'm not understanding. No, okay, we're good. Now I just gotta redo that whole thing. I think that's definitely too fast for what we want to go for, but that's... We'll keep it at this for now. Okay, we copy this twice, because pretty much nothing changes. Except for this. Okay, and after this, what note is that? I think that's... Let's see. Yeah, it's definitely those three. If I had my, like, my hand wasn't injured and I had my guitar, I could figure this out instantly, but... Okay, so like that's the main riff, but we're trying to put this on... The whole song is meant to be more mellow and like synthy, so I don't even know if I want to put the entire main riff in. I think here's what I'll do. Okay, so since this riff kind of has two parts, we have the part we just heard. That's like kind of the first part. Then the second part I'll play in just a second. I think here's what I'll do. Okay, so since this riff kind of has two parts, we have the part we just heard. And the second part is like. It's like kind of, it's darker, so it's like. I'm gonna save that for the synth version and just add it like later somewhere. I think is what I'll do. See, okay, now that we have this written, this is when we can start like actually selecting sort of the sound that we kind of want to go for. So I already have one synth in mind. It's kind of my default like go-to one, but if we don't, doesn't necessarily mean we'll use it, but like just to see. That's not bad. It actually, it does sound a little darker than I thought. That other synth kind of made it sound not as dark. So that's definitely interesting. Another kind of like, when I call it a hack, another kind of thing you can do is just like, we copy this. We just say P2 ARP. So like Analog Lab specifically has a lot of cool, gotta open up another instance. So come on, yeah, Analog Lab specifically has a lot of cool like arpeggio stuff. Like presets that automatically arpeggiate things for you basically. So if we paste what we had here, now it's here. Just gonna extend our G, our low G sharp here, like all the way. And then we're gonna just extend this the whole way. And then yeah, we're good for the rest. With these, we should probably also extend. Huh, okay. Yeah, okay. So we'll put this all the way there. There's a lot of ways you can go about this. Because it's arpeggiated, it's like not gonna have the same like timing in a sense. But like you kind of have to figure out what sounds good. And if you know the riff well enough, you can already kind of tell what's gonna sound the best. Okay, let's just hear this. That's too slow. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it's not bad. Kind of wonder what it sounds like an octave lower. Okay, there's one note in there I don't like. Might be that E. Yeah, okay, that E doesn't seem to fit for the arpeggiation. Don't know if that's a word, but yeah, so we might bring that later. We gotta figure out what synth like preset works for this. Yeah, okay, let's go through a few. Like that one's definitely probably like top 5 picks for me right now. But we gotta see what else we got. Actually, hold on. Okay. Not doing that. not doing this. Forget what this one even is. That's too in your face. We want something more like mellow. That one's actually pretty cool. It's like sort of thin, but it has like a nice percussive element to it. That I'm thinking we can layer on top of what'll be the actual synth at certain points, just to give it more more juice, basically. But I need to shortlist that. That's the other thing. I don't know how to like shortlist. Like I just write it down in my notepad here. So this one's called 20 Sounds. Okay, we have to save this. Save as, we'll just, I guess we should save it in the proper folder. So the working title for this is Home, which is sort of not entirely like correct, because what we're doing is like the metal songs have their names, the synth versions have like the opposite name, but the metal version of this is called House, and Home is not like the opposite of a house, so I don't know what else we'd really name it. But yeah, so man, I'm sorry. It kind of loses that percussive quality when we go down an octave, but it like adds another cool one. Definitely not what we want. Nope. That one's cool. It might be a bit too like yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like it definitely gets really like mellow and dull, but the brightness the brightness what's the word I'm looking for? Control does make it quite a bit more like bright in a sense. That's cool. It's also like also kind of giving me like original Deus Ex vibes, which is interesting. Which is definitely like a bit different from a lot of other stuff we've done. A lot of the other synth tracks are just straight up like sort of depressing in a way. I think we'll repeat this for a bit. Okay, if we look at our song, we have the main riff. Yeah, like the chuggy parts we can't really do at all. At least I haven't figured out a way to do them in this style that makes it sound good. So we're just gonna ignore that. I accidentally left in a vocal there, but that's fine. Then the next thing we have are just two sort of simple chords. Okay, I don't know how I did that, but okay, so I guess that would be C. I think I'm doing already sounds kind of cool on this. Then we're just going like 3 half steps up. That sounds too early. What? Oh, hang on. It is too early. It should be twice as long. Okay, yeah, so the longer we hold that, the more like brighter it gets basically, which is interesting. It's cool. I don't know if there's like a variation of this. I just don't know if I want to do it. Okay, hold on. If we copy and paste this whole thing. It would be right here. Actually, these would stay the same. It would just be this that. And then we bring it back here. There's actually another thing that's going to change. I forgot. This also needs to go down. Which would... Yeah. Then we have our main, I guess our chorus riff. It's more like a pre-chorus in a way, but so this is just a very rough structure. So okay, that might work. I just got an idea. So our next riff, okay. Ooh. Excuse me. We'll try it on the sort of the go-to synth here. Gotta write it out first though. Again, this would be so much easier if I had my guitar on and I wasn't injured. Copy this. Sort of. Yeah, the rest of this changes. So wait, hold on. Yo, Gert. Just at the end of transposing, transcribing, whatever it's called. This riff. Yeah, we went through like the different. Don't know if you were here for it, but I was talking through like kind of my synth process, like kind of what I look for in terms of sound and all that. We're going for something mellow because it's like a synth version of one of the other songs. Yeah, this demo that I don't know if I've shared with even you guys. Yeah. Okay. Also, what I would do now is like just add this synth that we had. Maybe not this specific one, but we're gonna add some sort of more like pad for chords. Just obviously, like, you know, that's just like a melody basically. It's not really anything, so we gotta just add more, like the root note of the chord basically, and then. Yeah, okay. Well, okay. I think I'll end it there because this was more of a test, but this is like the first successful one. So I might even try going live tomorrow. It's definitely more fun when I got my guitar in my hands. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if you joined, thanks for joining. This is a bit of like a look into our writing process. Yeah, there's definitely more to